Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Brass Monkey X. So, as you can see from the title of this video, today we are taking a look at the Pittsburgh motorcycle wheel balancing stand from Harbor Freight. I'm going to be doing an unboxing, I'm going to put this thing together, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of it. Now, these wheel balancing stands, you can get this same exact one on Amazon. I saw it there, ranging anywhere from like $50 up to like $75. Literally the same exact stand. They use the same stock photo and everything, but they're sold by like those weird Chinese companies. The names are like Cool XYZ. Like I hate buying stuff from Amazon from companies like that. Like I really can't stand it. So anytime I can buy something in real life and not from Amazon, I try to do that now. I used to love Amazon, but not so much anymore. As a company, I'm not a big fan of them anymore. It costs too much money. It's just getting ridiculous with the Amazon stuff. But anyway, I don't mean to rant about Amazon. I'm talking about the wheel balancing stand here. So this one, Harbor Freight sells it for about 50 bucks. Now when I found it, they were having a sale. It was only $44. Which was great, because $44, that's way cheaper than the 50 bucks I'm seeing online, you know? And then I even had a coupon from Harbor Freight, which is the great thing about Harbor Freight. You're always getting coupons from them. So I ended up walking out the door only paying $38 for this thing. Which I thought for 38 bucks, this isn't a bad little tool to keep around the shop. You know, I'm going to be doing the tires on my Honda NX250 soon. And I'm doing it myself. I'm not bringing it to a shop or anything. So I figured I might as well pick up a balancer. And I've seen like good balancers go for anywhere from like $150 to like $200. And it's like I really don't want to invest that much money into something that I'm rarely going to use. It's probably just going to sit in the corner of my shop. And I'm only going to use it a couple times. Maybe some of my friends who have motorcycles might need to borrow it or something. But I'm rarely going to use this thing, so I'm glad I only paid 38 bucks for it at Harbor Freight. So right off the bat, that's a plus. But let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. As you can see from the side here, I'm just going to read you some of the stuff on the box. It's ideal for cruising bikes, road bikes, sport bikes, and dirt bikes. So it should just say ideal for all motorcycles. It works with 10-inch wide and 28-inch diameter wheels. Okay, so that you can fit a pretty big wheel on here. That'll cover most motorcycles for you. It says it's got a solid steel axle with 2 centering cones, adjustable leveling feet for use on slightly uneven surfaces, which is great because my garage is all kinds of not level. Like if I put a ball on one end, it's probably going to roll to the front of the garage. My garage is messed up. And then we got a black powder coat finish for long-lasting durability. We'll see about that. This thing's going to get thrown around my garage. And dual ball bearings for smooth movement. We always love a smooth movement, don't we? So, anyway, I'm going to get this thing cut open. I'm sure there's going to be some assembly required here. Of course, it doesn't mention that on the box. But it's to be expected. Probably shouldn't be too complicated to put together. So let's go ahead and open this up. We'll see what we're looking at. I mean, it's packaged pretty well. The box seemed pretty sturdy. They got a little bit of bubble wrap in there to protect everything. You get your bag of hardware. These are your feet. There's your little axle and your stabilizing things on there. Let's see. This looks like the stand and the legs here. Yep, so you get your stand, your 2 legs, and then you got your owner's manual here, which this is going to end up going right in the garbage. This shouldn't be too difficult to assemble. Probably don't even need this. So let me go ahead and get this assembled, and I'll be right back. I'll let you know how difficult it was. I'm sure it's not going to be too hard. And then I'll let you know about the overall quality and everything of it at a first glance. So hang tight, guys. Okay, guys, check it out. We got this thing assembled. This only took me about 5 minutes. It was super easy to put together. There was really nothing to it. All I needed was a small pair of vice grips and an adjustable wrench. And this here, this number 1 Phillips head screwdriver. Now, what you do is, the first thing you do is just screw on the feet. They literally just screw right on. You don't even need any tools. Then you're going to put the legs on. The legs are held down with, there's 4 bolts, 2 in each leg. You're just going to put those bolts on. There's a couple of nuts underneath. Okay, that's where I put the vice grip, and then I tighten this down with the adjustable. There is a washer on here, as well as a lock washer on all 4 of those. So those you just screw them right on, and then the legs are on, and it's basically assembled at that point. All you got to do is take the axle here. You rest that on the top. You put your stabilizing cones on. Make sure you put them in the right orientation. You don't want them facing out. You want them facing in like that. Because when you put your wheel on here, you slide these up against the wheel, tighten them down with an Allen key that they don't provide. So you're going to need your own Allen key for that. But you tighten down the wheel. You slide these little washers over, and it helps to stabilize everything while you're working on it. It spins pretty freely here. The bearings, they seem like they're doing their job. It seems to be very well made. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. For 38 bucks, I think it's a steal, man. It's a great deal. If you're the kind of guy who works on your own stuff, you tool around in your garage, you don't mind working on your own motorcycles, I mean, something like this is definitely going to be helpful. It doesn't take up a lot of real estate either. It's pretty slim. As you can see, it's not very wide. It's not very tall. I can definitely tuck that away somewhere where I'm never going to see it unless I need it. The one problem I had with this install, though, which was frustrating, it wasn't difficult, it was just really frustrating, was this leveling bubble here. As you can see, like I said, my garage is all wonky. It's obviously not level, but they give you this leveling bubble that screws on there. They give you comically small screws to do this. And to install those, it's these tiny little screws, and then on the back side, it's a tiny little washer and a tiny little nut. So if you have big hands, thankfully I don't. I got these dainty little hands of mine. If you have big hands, you may have trouble putting that part in. But I mean, I did all right. It wasn't too bad. It was just a little frustrating. Like, let me show you here. I'll try and flip this over without breaking anything. Do this one-handed. All right, cool. Check it out. Look at how small those little washers and nuts were down there. Look at that compared to my fingernail. So small. So that was a little frustrating. But again, like I said, not very difficult to do. It went together really easy. Only took me 5 minutes. Only cost me $38. I think it's a good deal. If you're in the market for one of these, don't buy it on Amazon, guys. Go to Harbor Freight. You're going to get it for much cheaper. Everybody gets those Harbor Freight coupons. There's always a sale at Harbor Freight. Again, like I said, I picked this up for $38, guys. Great deal. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you next time.